waking up this morning, waking up before it's getting 9. Kinda heavy on my shoulders, tracking down some moments back in time. I could swore that I was in it, down to every minute. Don't know what I was sipping, but I felt like I was doing fine. Oh my. Turns out that I just got a little bit south, just a little bit north of the Georgia line.
One picture. And they came out here, did some research on some historic maps from 1864, close enough, and decided that they could actually lay out the entire town from Tucson, from the territory, right here on this 150 acres. He's going to take the same path we're taking today on our tour. Goes all the way up to the mission. And as he's doing that, you're seeing what he's seeing. And that's people building up the town of Tucson. And they're cleaning stuff. They're making food. They're making adobe bricks. It's a pretty fascinating sequence. Okay, so even though this movie...
We all started at a full house, ended up just me and good old James. I could swore that I was winning, kinda had a feeling. Last thing I remember, I was drinking till the moon shined. Oh my. Turns out that I just got a little bit south, just a little bit north of the Georgia line. May not know just where I'm at, no idea when I'll get back. There's some nights you just can't explain. No, I'm not one to lose control, but I don't really care at all how it ends or where it begins. And I'll do it again. May not know just where I'm at, no idea when I'll get back. There's some nights you just can't explain. No, I'm not one to lose control, but I don't really care at all how it ends or where it begins. And I'll do it again.
When I was young, my daddy said, gotta keep one eye open in your bed. 'Cause there's a time coming when the devil gonna come for you. So much
And in the movie, John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara are fighting the entire time. They're arguing in the second story of a hotel on the north side of town, and she falls out of the window. But luckily, there's a wagon full of hay, and she lands in it, gets up, and decides that's her opportunity to escape and get away from him. So she takes off. Nope, John Wayne follows her. Remember, he jumps out the window right up. He rolls his sleeves up like I do. But he also forgot to take his Rolex watch off that morning, so you see it in the screen. So, yeah, when you see that scene, watch for it. It glitters in the sunlight. Of course, once he hits the hay wagon, that Rolex watch disappears. So they knew about it. They just found out about it too late. So, all right. She comes down here. That's a bridge, not a road. She goes in the back of this building, and as she's exiting out the front, somebody's closing the door, and it catches on her dress, rips it off. Now she's running around in her underwear. Okay, now...
When I was younger, my mama said, gotta make your green, you'll be seeing red. 'Cause if you ain't got none, well, nobody gon' come for you. She would tell me tales that would leave me scared, so I made sure to get it through my head. I'm either gonna run this town or walk all over you. Run out loud, gotta run on, keep on
from a movie called Tombstone. In Tombstone, the very opening sequence, and the cowboys ride out of the desert in 112-degree weather, and they get off their horses, their sashes are blowing in the wind, and they circle the church. There's a wedding party in there, and they gun them all down, cold blood. It's kind of a brutal sequence, and it's really all it's for. It did not happen in history. A lot of people think that, oh, how could the cowboys do that? They didn't do that. That was just so that you would know who the bad guys are in the movie. That's why Johnny Ringo, played by Michael Biehn over there, shoots a priest right between the eyes. You need to know he's kind of a psychopath, right? Because he's otherwise he's a pretty nice fella. So. Dr. Quinn, medicine woman. He played the role of Hank, one of those long-haired mountain men. And he's done a lot of films out here. Thankfully, I've been in a few of them. He's just a really efficient director. He's very excited about this project, and that's why he blabbed it. But currently, it's coming out in 2024, I understand. Currently, it's called Last Dollar, and it stars Dominic Monaghan from Lord of the Rings and the TV show Lost. He played Charlie in Lost. Dermot Mulroney, which a lot of you probably know from Young Guns. He was Dirty Steve in Young Guns. Bad Girls, The Last Outlaw with Mickey Rourke, and my wife's favorite movie, My Best Friend's Wedding, which is not a Western. Oh, he was so cute in that. Yeah, okay. So, right. The last person who was in the movie, you might all remember Jacqueline Bisset. Yeah, I thought she was dead. So, I didn't know she was still alive. And I was crossing in front of her another 10 times. Didn't know who the actress was. Just thought it was another actress from Tucson. And one of the guys got mad at me and said, "How did you not recognize Jacqueline Bisset, dude?" And I said, well, to be fair, the last time I saw her, she was wearing a bikini in 1977, so that's why I didn't recognize her. But she's a nice lady, so I think it'll be good. Now, who watches Yellowstone? Anybody watch Yellowstone? Yeah. Right. We have a guy from Yellowstone who's down here making another movie. That's one I can't tell you about, but I can tell you he was in it because he was in the movie Tombstone. He was one of those cowboys we just talked about who ventilated the wedding party. He was also killed at the end of the movie. He was a stuntman out here as well, and so the news came out during filming one day and did a big old story on him, so that's why I can tell you. His name is Forey Smith, and in Yellowstone he plays the character of Boyd on the Yellowstone Ranch with the white mustache, the old man, a river isn't a river unless there's water in it, that guy. Yeah, so, and if some of you are not familiar, he's the one who takes people to the train station, which is not a good thing.
No, you never.
It's a one-way trip. You don't come back from the train station. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, he was out here too. Now, before we leave this beautiful...
Friday we go dive, Saturday we ride, Sunday party, and let's call it a perfect weekend. Friday we go dive, Saturday we ride, Sunday party, and let's call it a perfect weekend.
I wake up in the morning in this great blue state. Golden fingers caress my face. Slips through the window on a silky breeze. A dreamer's line to plant some seeds.
The guy that drives up with I know this is going to sound scary, but a truck full of guns. Because that's what he does. He goes from movie to movie with this truck full of guns that he's invested all this money in over the years. He's not going to put a padlock on it and go stay on the other side of the mountain. He's going to stay with his investment. Also, the livestock people. When they have movies out here, we hire out and get livestock in here. And the livestock stays in the back over by where those towers were, those antennas. They stay in the back where those corrals are. But, as you guys probably suspect, we have animals out here that will eat livestock. We have mountain lions, we have bobcats, we have coyotes, all that stuff is out here. So we have to have somebody out here, some security person or some personnel out here all the time to watch and make sure those livestock don't get damaged or hurt or whatever. Okay, now, this big thing was built for a movie called Hot Bath, Stiff Drink, and a Close Shave. which should be out in 2024, my understanding. The director had this built on the set. It cost thousands of dollars. He was very excited about it. When he wanted to, when the movie was over, he wanted to take it back to California with him, which, you know, who wouldn't want this in their front yard, right? I would. The freight companies unfortunately told him $10,000, and he said, that's it. I'm going to leave it here. It's too much money. I can't do that now. Okay. At that point, it's too much money. So we have it now, and this happens to us a lot. With the last 3 movies that came in here, had to buy furniture for specific scenes we didn't have furniture for, and they left it because it's not cost effective for them to take it with them. So now we have a prop department, even bigger. But this thing, if you look closely, it's not made out of metal at all. Made out of wood, except for the frame and the wheels and some of the accents. If it was made out of metal, it would be really, really expensive. It would also be really heavy. And heavy now means expensive. Because if this takes 4 to 6 horses to pull it, if it's made of metal, you're looking at 8 to 10 horses. And the horses that pull these things are Percherons and Clydesdales, you know, the ones with the big old hooves. Those are expensive horses. Draft horses are really pricey. So they make it out of wood, which is kind of cool. Now, if you look close, you're going to see that this is pretty weathered. This has only been out here in the elements for 5 years, and this is what the elements will do to this. But then again, this was never meant to be left out in the elements. This was built for one movie, right? Which, incidentally, so is this set. That's the operative word here, guys. This is a set, right? It was never meant to last 83 years. The fact that it does today, still here, and it's still making movies, is due to the dedication and the love of the people who work here. And that couldn't be possible if it wasn't for all of you coming to see us. So thank you so much.